Okay, next thing I need to do is set up our paper. So right now, we are working in our model space. So this is what we call model space. If you check here, the bottom left corner, you see that's the model tab. Okay. Now we're shifting or moving to the layout tab. So kindly click on the layout tab. Okay, kindly write that down. Click on the layout tab. I'm going to work on layout 2. Okay, since I've already worked on layout 1 earlier. So layout 2. You can work on layout 1. I'll just be working on layout 2. Okay, so go to the layout tab. Next, right click on the layout tab and select page setup manager. Okay, select page setup manager. So we're going to select or set up the page. Now the page is your paper. Similar to Studio, you bring an 11 by 17 or a big paper. That's the sheet you are working on right now. So this is the same. We're going to set up the size of the paper. We're going to use 11 by 17 or tabloid. So page setup manager, layout 2, I'm going to modify this. Okay, so click on modify. Okay, and then the first thing you want to do is select the printer. That is why in your laptop, you might not be able to set up a tabloid because you are not yet connected to the V drive or O drive. You haven't mapped it yet, so you're not able to install the printers here. The printers here can print an 11 by 17. I think at home, you might not have a printer or your printer only prints an 8.5 by 11 or a legal size paper. So, very important. For your laptop, you might need to install the O drive or map the O drive and V drive and then install the printers. Another workaround for that is to work on your laptop, and then for printing, email it back to your desktop CAD lab computer and then print from here. Okay, so that's a workaround. So the room here is 494. So you can select B494 for your printer. If you're in a different room, you might need to print there. Make sure you have the right room so that you don't print elsewhere, right? You know where you're printing. So if I want to print here, I'll just select that printer, B494. Very important first step. Now, once you have selected that, now you have the option to select tabloid. If you ask me, well, how come you don't have tabloid? You don't have the printer. That's why. Okay? So, tabloid. Next, you want to print in millimeter since we're doing metric this time. And you're going to scale it or print to scale at 1:1. Why 1:1? What's that? No? Of the? Nope. The sheet. Yeah, you print the sheet at the actual size. Yes. So 1:1, the scale of the paper, or you print full scale the paper, not the image, not the drawing. It's the paper that we're scaling here. Okay? That's the plot scale, 1:1. Very important. Next, you select here ArchCTB. ArchCTB. Now, ArchCTB is a plot style. Okay? That's a plot style. And then you click on Display Plot Style. In your laptop, you might not have the ArchCTB, but you can create a new one. Okay? So you can create a new one, and then you can set up your ArchCTB so that right? If you're missing an RCTB, I can give you a copy and you can do this, or right, make all those settings. For the RCTB, the line weight is or has a thickness. So color red, that's why I said for the thin one, use color red because it will print at 0.13. Yellow, I said that's a thick one because it will print at 0.5. Okay? And then I said magenta for medium because that will print at 0.25. And then I said very thick will be cyan because it will print at 0.7. And very thin will be color 8 because it will print at 0.05. Now, where do you see that? Right here, you can edit. Right? Clicking on this button, you can edit this. And you can see that color 1 will print as black and it has a line weight of 0.13. Okay? Now, you can view this as a table and you can see the different color, how it's going to print. So this will print in black, and what's the line weight. So red, yellow. So that's why I ask you to select the index color, not any other color, because the other color, right, will have no line weight assigned to them, right? They don't have any line weight assigned to them. Only these colors from 1 or red to color 8. Okay? So, this is the ArchCTV. So, save and close that. So, make sure you have this settings for your page setup. Okay? So, kindly take a photo of this. Okay, so I'm going to click OK to this and close. So notice that I now have my paper. This paper, the white area, is 11 by 17. Actually, this is 432 by, what's that? What was that again? 432 by? So in millimeters is 432 by 279. 432 by 279 in millimeters. Okay. So let's learn what this means. The white area is the paper size. That's the edge of the paper. The dashed line is the printable area. So you can only print up to where you have that before the dashed line. Beyond the dashed line, items there, lines there will not print. Okay? Now, this box here is very important. That's what we call a viewport. Delete that. If you delete that, what happens is that the image wasn't deleted, the viewport is the one deleted. Okay. To bring back that box, you type MV. Make view. Make view. Enter. And then, if you want that box printed, you can place it inside the dashed line. If you don't want it printed, you can place it behind the dashed line. So I'll just place it behind or beyond the dashed line. And there's your drawing again. What did I do? I cut out the paper. That's what I did. That's why now I'm able to see inside model space. So paper space is the paper. You remove portion of it, you're able to see model space. So that is a window to model space. Okay? That's why we draw in model space and we lay out in paper space. Okay? Now, if I double click inside the box, I'm actually zooming in and out model space. That's what I was saying. You're getting closer or farther away from the drawing. but the size of that image is not changing. You're just zooming in and out. This is what we call magnification. And for studio, you're actually saying scale 1 to 100, or scale 1 to 40, or scale 1 to 1 would be really big, right? So scale, let's say 1 to 100 for now. Or I'll just zoom out for now and fit it in my paper. Okay? So zoom so that it fits my paper. Okay, if I double click outside, that brings me to paper space. So how do I know I'm in paper space? If I zoom in and out, I'm zooming in and out the paper. So I'm not inside model space. Okay? So to zoom in model space, I need to double click inside the box and zoom in and out model space. Okay? Okay, so we're going to kindly do that for the two layouts, layout 1 and layout 2. Layout 1, if you double click on it, kindly change that to CAD Exer 1. So this is where we're going to print CAD exercise 1, enter. And then layout 2 is where we're going to print our exercise 2. So I'm going to zoom in exercise 2, and I'm going to name this CAD Exer 2. So you need to do it for 1 and 2. When we print this, this will be our CAD exercise 1, and then this will be our CAD exercise 2. So you need to do it twice. So set up 2 pages and zoom in to 1 for layout exercise 1, and then zoom in for 2 for CAD exercise 2.